Instead of doing forward, forward 3, at the end of your combo, during the bound, you hold down 3, do not let go of 3, and then push forward 4 as you're running. Why does that work? Because there's no such move as forward 3 plus 4. It doesn't exist. And when you're holding down the 3 button, the game thinks you're pushing forward 3 plus 4 because you're holding down the 3 button and you're buffering the 4 button. That's how the buffer system works in this game. So, what does that mean? That means that at the end of every combo, no matter what the combo is, if you're holding down the 3 button when you dash up, all you have to do is hit forward 4 and you don't have to stop running. You can do forward 3 plus 4 while you're running, which lets you do the hardest combos that he has. Without that, you are fucking up like crazy. And Jimmy J Tran taught me that secret when I was in Japan with him. Many years ago, actually, in Tekken 7 Vanilla. But that is so huge. Monstrous. The funny thing is, some of you are saying hi YouTube, but this is already on my YouTube. Yeah, input buffering is a pretty big part of this game. If you don't know about it already, it's huge. Let me just give you a quick example. In the case of moves like while standing 1+2, or back 1+2, or forward 1+2, that's like a throw, or even forward 1+2, the move I just did. All of these 1+2 commands, you should at all times be attempting to buffer these. You should never try to push 2 buttons at the same time in this game. It's hard to do it 100% of the time, but you should be trying to do it 100% of the time. It's never necessary to do 2 buttons at the same time. And a lot of the time, when you try to do that, you won't hit them together. You'll do one of them before the other because these fingers, they're not the same length. It's very common for you to push the 2 buttons at a different time. And you can avoid this altogether by button buffering. Buffer the buttons so you never have to hit 2 buttons at the same time. You just hold one and then push the direction plus the other one. That's the strat. What about command grabs? Hey, no questions. Just re-listen to what I said, and there you go. No questions. Just listen to what I said. Because if I were to answer that, I would just repeat myself. And, you know, do me a solid. Don't make me repeat. You should always try to avoid having to push 2 buttons at the same time in this game. That also applies for 3 buttons and 4 buttons. If you want to do a key charge, let's say, you want to do a key charge, you don't want to hit all 4 buttons at the same time. Your hand is not a flat surface. It's going to be harder to hit 4 buttons at the same time than it is going to be to buffer 3 buttons and then hit a single button. It's just simply easier and more reliable. Of course, you could also bind your buttons together. That's also a very popular strategy. In fact, tons of stick players, MYK, I think Bronson, lots of people now map a button as 1+2 and a button as 3+4. That's common. So that you could just push that button and the game knows it's... look at Ricksta, he says, we call them bitches. Well, you know, I mean, look, if we're gonna go there, all pad players are bitches. But I ain't even trying to go there, you know, because then they're all gonna get all loud and shit and obnoxious. But, yeah, you're right. Anyway, the point is that pushing 2 buttons at the same time is a concept that seems low level and simple, like, oh, that's not a complex issue, just push 2 buttons at the same time. But the reality of it is, even top tier players strive to avoid having to do that. Because some people even think that this game has a bug. I've heard many people say that they think Tekken 7 has a bug where sometimes it does not accept 2 buttons at the same time, even if you push them together. I think that's a conspiracy, but maybe it's not. I don't know. A lot of people have said that to me, and I don't know if that's true. But I can tell you that button buffering is a technique that exists that can allow you to avoid this altogether. And you should try to always button buffer, no matter what the combination of buttons. Cut! If there's a lesson to be learned here, you should use the resources that are already available on YouTube. Just Google it, you know, Dragunov tutorial. Just think about keywords and Google that shit on YouTube, and you're gonna really learn a lot. Man, this is tight. Damn, 88 damage. That is sick. Good luck doing it. I'm talking to myself, of course.